interrupt this excessively long mobility and stretching routine to get you back to your regularly scheduled workout.
All right, good, you're loose. I promise you're as loose as you're gonna be today for this workout. The problem is a lot of guys are actually turning their warm-ups into workouts. And I wanted to address that here today. Yes, we're poking a little bit of fun at it because it's something you probably see in the gym. Some guys will literally show up now an hour before their workout, at least 30 minutes before their workout, just to get ready for their workout. Meanwhile, 4 or 5 years ago, that didn't exist at all. So where's the happy medium? What should we be doing? What should you be doing when you get to the gym to get ready for your workout? Now, as a physical therapist, believe me, I value mobility and flexibility. You have to make sure that you're attending to your joints just as much as you're attending to the show muscles that you're all here in the gym trying to develop. As athletes, we need to make sure that we're moving as well as we can, and that starts with the mobility of our joints. But I'll tell you this, if you think that you need to go through a 30-minute, a 20-minute, sometimes guys are doing it for an hour routine to get ready for a workout, then you might be doing the wrong workouts. One of the bigger issues I see today is not that guys are not mobile enough to attack a workout. It's that their range of motion sucks so bad that when they go to train, they're losing a great opportunity to work on the mobility. If you take your exercises through a full range of motion, and I mean a full range of motion, so if we're talking about a lat pull down, that bar is going all the way up, which guess what? Is great for shoulder and thoracic mobility. And you bring it all the way down. You're now taking your body through a full range of motion. Yes, you're working your muscles through their full range of motion, which is good. You'll actually probably see better muscle gains by doing that. But more so, it's those other benefits of actually taking the joints and getting your shoulders through full elevation and tying in shoulder elevation with thoracic extension so that we're getting the functional carryover that we need that we probably could avoid with all the extra stuff. Now, granted, some guys have individual orthopedic concerns. They got to break out a foam roller because they have such bad kyphosis in their back, right? This kind of positioning, that they need to work on mobility, and they don't have a physical therapist like me around that can actually do manual mobilization down their spine. So a foam roller is a great tool to do that. But does it mean you have to do the pec stretch as well? Could be, because a pec could actually get tight if you're in a kyphosis. So yeah, maybe that. And then you're rolling out your hamstrings. Then you're rolling out your calves. Then someone told you it's good to roll out your IT band. Someone says it's really good to roll out your adductors, right? Then make sure you got to take out the rolling stick. I didn't even show you that. The rolling stick is start massaging your thighs and massaging your arms and your shoulders. And then you got your stretches. You got to make sure you do all your stretches. That's not how it goes, guys. Don't start turning, just because you've seen other people do these things, you keep adding to your routine and adding to your routine. And before you know it, you're not even spending any time working out, and that's where you're going to be able to have the most impact. I'll leave you with this one thought. One of the bigger problems we have is not strengthening ourselves in the range of motion that we have. So if you come into a gym and you start doing your temporary mobility techniques, like your static stretching, which we talk about all the time, should not be done prior to your workouts. But you're going to use your static stretching to give yourself more room in your hamstrings. You're going to try to elongate your hamstrings before you go do your exercise. If you can't control the weight in that new temporary range of motion that you gave yourself, you might set yourself up for an injury. You might be doing more harm than good. You need to be able to control your strength within your available range of motion, within your active range of motion. Meaning, what is the range of motion that you can actively get yourself into? And if you're in that range of motion, you're able to control the weight in that range of motion and progressively get stronger in that range of motion, that's where you want to be. If you're creating artificial range of motion just to feel as if you can move through an exercise with a little bit more freedom, but you don't have the strength in that extra range of motion because you've never trained in there, because you don't actually have it, that's a problem. Guys, we can go into a lot more depth on this, and I actually will go into a lot more depth on this. Matter of fact, at our first ATHLEAN-X live event, we're going to cover this entire topic in its entirety. However, and if you haven't heard about our event, guys, you can go to ATHLEAN-X.com/ATHLEAN-X-live and sign up for our live event. It's coming up here in August. That being said, you got to start bringing it back to reality a little bit, guys. You can get in with a nice warm-up for your body in about 5 to 8 minutes, get your heart rate going, get a little bit of a sweat going. You can do that through jump rope, you can do that on an elliptical, you can do that, whatever makes you feel loose and ready to go. You can go through whatever your very particular 1 or 2 or 3 mobility drills are that are specific to your circumstances if you have a circumstance. But if you're not, you're just in general good health and you want to get going, you got to get into your workouts. And in those workouts, take your exercises through full range. It is the best way for you to adapt and utilize the mobility that's already there in your joints and to increase that as you increase your strength. If you're going to be doing squats, squat as deep as you can. Increase the mobility of your hips. Take that through all of your exercises, like I said, the lat pull down as well. If you guys found this maybe a little bit refreshing and maybe even a little bit relieving, so you don't feel like you have to turn these 30 or 40 minute workouts into hour and 40 minute sessions, then leave your comments and thumbs up below and make sure you let me know whatever else it is that you want to see, and I'll cover it here in these videos ahead. Alright guys, I'll be back here again soon.